As a consumer, you have the right to know how your medicine is grown, what's in your medicine. So you need to, folks, ask that. Ask if you don't grow your own medicine, ask your grower, what's in it? As a consumer, you have the right to know it's your medicine. So stand up for it and ask what's going on with my medicine. So yeah, and folks, and also normal, we're out there lobbying to improve our laws. Because right now the dispensaries are starting to be rolled out, which is great. Congratulations to everybody who got their license. Woo! All right. So, but folks, we need to have it so that if a school moves in next to a dispensary has to close. That's not fair, is it? That's right. It's not fair. If you're there paying your taxes, paying your employees, doing everything you're supposed to do, and then a school moves in, you have to close. That's not America, folks, as one of my clients told me. That sounds more like Russia. So again, that part has to be fixed. Talk to your legislatures. As Scott said, we're voting in November, and all these legislators literally coming around asking you for your vote in the state here, and ask them, what are you going to do to improve my access to medicine? Are you going to fix this law? Are you going to stop these moratoriums? Because again, they're going to be back next year, folks, asking for another moratorium. We can't let that happen. Tell them it's time to stop being scared. It's time to come up with reasonable regulations. We all support that. Everybody here supports reasonable regulations. That's all we're asking for. And the other one is, why do we have dispensaries have to be 1,000 feet from another one? Bars could be next to each other. That's not, why dispensaries have to be 1,000 feet from each other? That just artificially increases the price of medicine. And once again, that's not America, folks. That's Russia. We're here in America. So, again, talk to your state legislatures. This is not fair. Why are they doing this to us? We need to make sure that free competition can take place. And that our growers can be protected as they grow medicine. Okay, they don't have to worry about artificial weight limits. Talk to your state legislatures about that. Educate them. Most of the state legislatures aren't very educated. You heard Congressman Earl Blumenauer talk about him, how he got educated. Now it's time we have to educate the rest of them. We can't leave it up to Congressman Earl Blumenauer to educate folks. We have to do it. That's our responsibility, is to get out there and educate them. Like Anna's doing it with Patients for Pot. That's great. Normal Women's Alliance, that's great. There's ICO out there making videos of this. All right, and so, and part of my other life, as I, represent processors and growers and producers and dispensaries, but I also represent folks who get into trouble out there. And so I always like to wrap up my little talk with, if you ever get stopped by the police or they approach you, what you have to say, folks. So remember, don't say nothing. Of course, he's right. Don't say anything. But there's 4 little sayings that you always have to think of. And I'll say them and repeat after me. And Iko knows these. I know that. Russ knows them. Russ used them quite well the other day. So the first one is, am I free to go, officer? I do not consent to any searches. I wish to speak to my attorney. And I wish to remain silent. All right, thanks, folks.
Thank you so much, Paul Loney. The real message right there, folks, is we don't have to be bullied by the police when you're pulled over, especially if you know your rights and how to handle the situation. Sounds real easy, but if we read up on it, study up on it, put ourselves in those situations, we can be protected.